Actually, good afternoon. If we could, maybe we'll go ahead and get started. I think we have enough for a quorum. I know everybody would like to get out in the sunshine a little bit today, probably, so. We're going to go to Bill number 475, IHL Extended Repealer on the Authority of Overseeing Certain Construction Projects Funded by State General Obligation Bonds. This bill is the same as the bill of Senate Bill 2700. A lot of those projects were hindered during the COVID era, so we are just extending that repealer, allowing them to finish up those projects. Do I have any questions? Okay, motion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. Measure has passed. Moving on to House Bill number 768. This is the Rural Physician Scholarship Program. This is going to be funded through ARPA funds up to 30 million. What the proposal is here is that we already have a rural physicians fund program, okay? But what this is allowing is for those that have completed, that are still remaining, doctors that have completed their degree, counting this year and moving forward, that they would be allowed to be eligible for the payment using the ARPA funds. Do I have any questions? Yes, Senator Blunt.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So since we have the one-time ARPA money, are we going to have more physicians as a result of this? Is that the intent?
The intent would be to try to retain them in the state. And this does have a repealer in 5 years. It repeals.
Okay, thank
So
you.
there would be no expense to the state past the ARPA fund.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. No other questions? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, Senator Pope.
Is there a total dollar amount that's assigned to this?
30 million
30
in the
million.
bill. Mhm.
And, okay, thank you.
No other questions?
I'm sorry, forgive me. With ARPA monies, we have to expend it by 31 December 26, right? Which is more than 5 years in the future. So as long as we hit those parameters, I'm sure the guidelines for ARPA distributions are being adhered to.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
No other questions? Ask for a motion.
Not a sufficient to pass.
Not opposed. Bill is passed. All right, we're going to move on to this is House Bill. No. 1005. This is a strike all. This is the Nursing Education Incentive Program. This is the strike all, I replaced our language, our Senate bill language in this bill. So if you remember, this is ARPA funding. This is addressing the nursing shortage, respiratory therapist. It requires you to be a resident of Mississippi. It's on a first come, first serve. And you would receive up to 3,000 every year worked. Happy to answer any questions. Yes.
How does it differ from the Senate bill?
It doesn't. I've replaced, this is a strike all.
Oh, okay, you've reinserted the Senate.
We've reinserted
Okay.
this. The
Thank you, Madam
language.
Chair.
Mhm. Any other questions? If none, do I hear a motion? Strike all. The measure has passed. Thank you. Sorry. Okay, moving to House Bill number 1068. This is a strike all. This is the Mississippi Intercollegiate Athletic Compensation Rights Program, the NIL. We have now received language from the attorneys. So this is the changes that from the bill of last year to this year. And this is adding language that the university can now help the student with their contracts. The previous bill didn't allow that. In the other portion that was changed, we deleted the language that would not allow a student to engage in the NIL deal prior to becoming a student. So in the previous bill, you had to become a student prior to being eligible to engage in an NIL. What we are seeing, and the whole surmise of this bill is so that we can be competitive within our collegiate sports activities at our college and universities. So this will now allow a student to engage in that activity prior to becoming a student. So when we recruit them, they can engage in the NIL. Happy to answer any questions. Yes, Senator Sparks.
Thank you, Madam Chair. When we say the colleges are going to be able to advise them, are we talking about providing legal advice?
I think it's more directional, reminding them, to answer your question, no.
Okay. And then do we absolve the university of any liability for bad advice?
No.
Okay. And the person could enter the agreement prior to becoming a student, then the university is going to offer them guidance, hopefully that they don't get taken advantage of, I guess would be the right term.
Correct.
Thank you.
Do I hear a motion?
Title sufficient to pass.
All in favor? Measure passes. We're going to move to House Bill number 1313. This will be a strike all as well. Fostering Access and Inspiring True Hope Faith Scholarship Program Act, created to provide post-secondary financial assistance to foster children. Let me explain the strike all. If you go to lines 40, what we did was we added allowing the not-for-profit private institution on lines 40, 41 of higher learning to be added to this. If you go to lines 88 through 92, it provides that payments to any non-for-profit private institution of higher learning shall not exceed the average cost of attendance required by all of the public state-supported institutions of higher learning. So the original bill did not include the private institutions. We are including the private institutions in this bill. Happy to answer any questions that you might have. Anybody? Yes, Senator Poe.
You may have just said it, and I was trying to recap quickly. When the bill was first introduced, children that were in a situation, i.e. Baptist Children's Village, were not eligible. The changes were made that they were eligible. Did that stay in this bill?
Yes.
Okay.
All in favor? Aye. Bill passes. That is all that is on the agenda for today. So do I have a motion? All right, thank you. Everyone enjoy the afternoon.